Hello folks, I'm Filler B, and welcome to another episode of Stellaris and the new Overlord DLC. We are the Union of the Deep. We've been spreading our borders here, sort of a long snaky thing here with a little isolated part of our empire here because of this Shroud tunnel, which is part of our background, being the related to the Shroud, the Teachers of the Shroud origin, which gives us latent psionics, the ability to create a Shroud beacon, which is what created that tunnel, and be in contact with the Shroud Walker Enclave. So our neighbors over here are quite friendly, and I thought I'd take a look at them and see if we can trade for some information. See if I can get their communications and their active sensor links to see what's going on over on that side of the world. And I'll offer the same in return, and I'll offer some resources to sweeten the deal. Now I make quite a few minerals and food. Food is actually a little less valuable, so let's build some food and see if they want that. They do, so if I hold down... Oh no, I'm asking from the wrong side. I give them food. I'm on this side. There we go. Food. Give them food. Does that lower anything at all if you hold down shift? No, they don't want food. What about minerals? Oh, they like minerals. There we go. So let's bring it to a +3. 300 minerals is nothing to ask. We'll see if they have any communications and sensors that we could have. We'll confirm that. Let's see what that brings us.
We grow ever stronger.
There we go. We got communication established with the Yuru League. They're isolationists, materialists, so they're sort of the exact opposite as we are, but we'll still say hello. And the Irobot Knowledge Seekers. They're machine intelligence. Alright, let's say hi. And the Thermasian Confederacy. They're xenophiles, but materialists. Still, let's say hello. Perfect, it tells us some stuff that's going on up here. And it gives me some idea what's in these systems over here. Interesting. The galactic community has started. Yeah, we'll join the galactic community. This is done. Let's hook up the research stations here and the mining stations here. Where should I go next with these? Let's go down here. Let's build this. Oh, I don't have enough influence yet. Never mind. Never mind. Let's do first contact. The Epsilon aliens, we're still trying to get a hold of them. But they seem to have trusted us, so that's good, and we're receptive to each other. Hopefully they turn out to be good friends.
The fleet has been refitted.
We refitted our fleet with the new hyperdrive, so now we're refitted again with the next upgrade, which I think is the sensors. Not super useful upgrades, but there's certainly something. Rooted in place. This is the Mari Carni event with that plants producing that addictive pollen. A recent survey indicates that residents of Palnia Prime are much less likely than other denizens of the Union of the Deep to migrate to other planets. The survey does not address whether this could be due to psychological dependency on the low-level sensory arousal caused by the Mari Karin, but it is sibling plants, and its sibling plants. Intriguing. So he gets emigration pull and emigration push at a negative for this particular area, which is fine to me. They can stay there. It's all good.
A new port to call home.
Oh, we got a new planet. So this is our large tropical world planet that we managed to colonize. So let's build a city district. We'd like to start off with that. And a temple, because we are religious after all. And let's check our sectors here to see if everybody's in a nice system. Yes. So that was the Eurydice system, so that did appear here. We only have one job left. I could definitely use some more minerals, so let's build minerals. You have one job left. Let's think here. Probably some more alloys. You are colonizing the industrial district. You have 2 jobs left, so you're okay. You have 3, you have 1 job left. On our addictive world here, so they're happy. Negative resources, which is only plus -5, and low immigration pull. Why don't we build them? They have a temple. This might be a good research world then. Sure, let's build a research lab here. Since I don't think that it is affected by the -5 negative resource production. Alright. So we're getting some planets. We could use a few more. Starship on Burr has nothing to do. And that's legitimate. Because we're pretty boxed in now. So let's have you come down to Hixar. No, I have somebody at Hixar. I have somebody at Paulina. I don't think I do. No, so let's assist the research there. Now this system is done. I do want to upgrade this. It's going to put me over the cap, but I think that's okay. If I just go 1 over. We'll leave it at there. We'll see what that does to this number. And as you can see, we've gotten this number positive again because we've hit our naval capacity. Because of those anchorages we built on the various space stations. And we'll build 2 more here. The Marikari transmission trouble. While productivity is no longer declining on the planet, communication between the colony on Paulnia Prime and the capital on the deep are breaking down. Senior officials on Paulnia Prime are growing increasingly distant, and our clerks are complaining that even replying to simple directives is becoming a frustrating situation. So we just sigh, or we can deploy an administrative task force. So that would lower their happy back down to neutral, because they have +10 right now, and increase their resources from jobs up 5. Which would make that neutral as well, effectively eliminating all the positives and negatives. Or I could just sigh and do nothing. Now let's deploy a task force. We'll see where that takes us. I wish I could get some more influence here. First contact. On screen, the Syndicate of Menjusana.
We are being contacted by aliens.
Good. They're friendly, peaceful, and egalitarian. Love it. So where are these people? They're over Syndicate of... I met them here. It's not them. That's not them. That's not them. Oh, there they are. They just hadn't appeared yet. The Syndicate, oh, it's just on the other side of this fallen empire. Interesting that they managed to get through. But I don't think I can. Okay. Star bases. Well, I can upgrade my star base, so let's do that since I have some extra alloys kicking around. That's 500. Let's do that to all the star bases. It's gonna eat almost almost all my alloys, but we're making a decent amount. And that allowed me to build more anchorages, more trade buildings or whatnot. Did like an embassy? No problem. You can't get over here, can you? No. You can't pass through this territory. Unfortunate. So let's send you to this new planet. Use this research, and then we'll decide what to do with you later.
Research complete.
We hope the situation improves for them. New research, we got edicts. Excellent. Let's see what else we want. Starbase capacity, let's do that. So I'm building a new starbase here, and I'm going to run out. And I'd like to build another starbase up here to collect the trade from these planets.
A new port to call home.
We get another adaptability trait, so it can give us the reduced orbital bombardment damage. Don't think we need that. A new building slot, or resettlement cost. Let's get the new building slot. Or should we pursue another tradition instead? Because finishing this gives me adaptability, which lacks planetary prospecting decisions, allowing us to prospect for additional resources on our planets. That's useful. But let's see, what else could we pick instead? Harmony might be nice. So the base harmony gives me food production, upkeep reduction, and a mineral upkeep reduction. It could be useful. Increases leader lifespan, which is very good. Reduces the time for unemployed pops to change their status. So if they were an artisan, they could change to a laborer, for instance, or whatever the categories are called. That takes time. More edicts funding, always good. Government ethics attraction, always good. And stability, this seems pretty good. And finalizing, it gives me less empire size from pops, which right now is pretty large. We're almost double. So harmony might be a good one. Mercantile gives me more trade protection and collection range, as well as clerks add trade value. Commercial zones provide more merchant jobs, more trade stuff, more trade value, lowering the market fee, and more trade value. If I want to make a lot more money, that might be good. That's a maybe, but it doesn't seem really on brand for this empire. Domination doesn't seem on brand. Prosperity gives me mining stuff and building upkeep production. More pop production. That doesn't seem that useful. We're not very subterfuge. Supremacy doesn't seem it, but diplomacy might be good. Gives me more envoys, which are always useful. Increases the fleet limit for Federation fleets. More unity from embassies. Our trust cap increases. And our diplomatic acceptance increases. Let's do that. Let's see if we can create a federation. I'm feeling a little vulnerable. And it would be nice to do so. We got some really friendly empires next to us. Yeah, let's do that. We'll adopt diplomacy, which off its bat gives me a influence cost of negative 50%. So that means up here, if we're looking at influence, right now I'm spending 1.5 influence on research agreements and a defensive pact. So at negative 50%, that's going to be only 0.75, which would be good. That'll give me up to 4 monthly, just over 4 monthly gain. I like that. And diplomacy makes sense for our xenophile race. I'd also like to pick up harmony, I think, but we'll wait until we finish one of these other two. Oh, goodness gracious. So it looks like a whole bunch of people joined the galactic community. And we found some people who also joined the galactic community. The Alliance of Tiam, who is a xenophile but are militaristic. The Praku Coalition, who are militaristic spiritualists. The Zadran High Kingdom, who are authoritarian xenophile spiritualists, and the allied Numerian tribes, which are egalitarian xenophiles. Excellent. And the galactic community is born. Very good. Let's talk to that in a minute. So they would like us to vote on this. More weight from tech. Research station output, but starbase upkeep. I like that. Let's do that. So it appears that the crack team of administrators we sent to Palnia Prime in order to set things straight have been turned. Fortunately for us, their plot to do as little work as possible was unsurprisingly sloppily executed and easily discovered. Heads will roll, metaphorically speaking of course, as our last resource is to dispose of local government and manage the colony affairs from the capital. It won't be pretty.
Grow ever stronger. They wish to speak with us. They wish to speak with us.
Still building the thing? Yes, we do. Okay. A bunch of people would like embassies. Sure. Sounds great. Always welcome to have an embassy. Let's do it.
They wish to speak with us.
Another embassy request? Sure. What are you up to over here? You finished building all those things. Excellent. Have you move over to here to build the starbase, but I'm going to have you build a starbase over here first. And in fact, I could build 2 starbases, so let's build one over here as well.
With us. They wish to speak with us.
More embassies. Always useful.
They wish to speak with us.
Oh, migration proposal from our neighbors. I don't think I'm going to take that for now. Of course you can have an embassy. Ah, good.
We grow ever stronger.
First archaeological event on Trench World. Dig it like you mean it. An extensive analysis of hundreds of canals on the planet's surface has been carried out. It is evident that these indicate canal grids is not formed by any natural occurring geological process. It has been dug out with deliberate intent. Due to the considerable age of the trenches, it has been carved out more than 100,000 years prior, and as such considerably eroded. It is difficult to ascertain how or why they were made. Well, let's keep digging. This station is done. Can I build the curator tank? No, but I'll talk to them in a second. Meantime, I will build 2 anchorages here to help increase that number. And then let's talk to the curators and see if we can up their relationship. Well, it says they're 50. We'd like to establish a mutual think tank. Perfect. So now they let us do it. Yes, yes. Such a facility would benefit the advancements of galactic science. You may build this think tank on your starbase in the system you share with us. Our curators will come to mingle with your scientists. What else do you have to offer? We can recruit one of their scientists again. Let's do that. Cost us the 1,000. We've got the 1,000. Let's do that. And then we'll go back to this. No, not you guys. We'll go back to the starbase here, and we'll build the curator think tank. And I'm going to stick that on the top. The curator think tank gives me 6 of each of the 3 researches, which have been increased by databank uplinks and such. Which is not a small amount. Oh, magnetic miracle. A strong magnetic field around Eurydice Prime has been affecting computers on the surface recently. Oddly, the effect is not merely random interference. Instead, computers are actually working more efficiently than they should be. It's almost as if an outside force is lending a helping hand. Oh, good research world then. For 5 years though. Not quite as useful.
We grow ever stronger.
They would like me to continue to buy their services, and I will, of course. So let's sell off some food and buy that service. You're back on the homeworld. Let's have you merge together into one fleet. A 4x4K is not weak, but we could definitely make this stronger. And then we'll check our systems where they are. Let's build the mining stations and research stations out here, and the mining stations out here, and then we'll continue down this way to grab this system. Federations are being created. A light show. Our science software reports that the luminous waves coursing through the ice that blankets Kaizel are of alien origin. Some ancient battle that deposited scattered wreckage from an alien fighter on a frozen planet, and only the exposed core of its main weapon remains intact. It seems this alien race used lasers similar to the ones currently used by the Deep Dweller fleets, and the fizzling innards periodically discharge low-powered beams into the ice. The planet's harsh climate prevents the lasers from actually melting the ice, allowing the chilly matrix to act as a brilliant prism. Interesting, we gain 100 experience. I think we would have gotten blue lasers if we didn't have already researched that. But that's okay. Experience for our guy is pretty good. So now he's just sitting there. Let's take him. I can't go through there, which is unfortunate. And I cannot go through here? No. Yeah, none of these people are very friendly. We cannot go anywhere. Well, you're pretty good, so I'll keep you around. I may just eliminate one of these ships. I don't have anybody here, I guess, so let's assist research here. For the time being. Oh, and we got another archaeological event. The Memorex. The inhabitants had developed an enhanced learning program that ran every night as they slept in their mechanical chairs. It was used to remove unpleasant memories and train new skills. Being picked last for a space ball or stood up on a date were little day-to-day horrors. The Bellinians did not have to suffer twice. And for a while, it was bliss. Systematic mind enhancements were mandated by the Habitat leadership and distributed to all residents in the form of the Memorex. But the system was exploited. There were clandestine efforts to delete memories and traits collectively from the population without their consent, and evidently it backfired. The aliens unlearned important skills of their survival and entered into a vegetative state. Shortly thereafter, the Habitat life support systems were disabled. Well, that is unfortunate. I think this is a continuation of the event where we found the temple that had stored all the memories of confessions of the adherents, and the temple priestess had ripped out a whole bunch of her memory over this process and had forgotten who she was or her past, and so she was trying to search that out, and this brought us to this place. Interesting. Well, keep digging. A whole bunch of people in the galactic community. Now let's take a look at the what they're proposing here. Security contractors. Every mercenary enclave gains plus 10 naval capacity. That sounds okay. The readied shield. Diplomatic weight from fleet power and naval capacity, but increases ship upkeep. That one I think we'll stay abstaining on, because I don't really know. Well, I want to oppose that. The Tianqi Conservation Act will definitely support that. Worker rights, yes, we'll support that. Regulated growth. Monthly loyalty change increases but raises empire size from the system. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's knock that down. Regulatory facilitation. Diplomatic weight from economy increased. Worker resource outputs, yes. Habitability -2. Well, that's fine for me, so let's support that. Diplomatic weight from fleet power, -20. Defensive army morale and army upkeep. I'll support that. The Guardian Angels Act, definitely. Comfort the fallen. Unemployed workers have their unhappy penalties reduced by 10. Sounds good. Recycling initiatives. Sounds good. Banning slave trade for sure. Buzzword coordination, why not? And form the galactic market. Sounds good. There we go. I actually find the galactic community and the Senate here to be a little tedious, and not to have a huge impact on the gameplay. But there's no point in not being a part of it, so might as well. I'll let these build up before I go back in there. The Marn Karen, with an iron fist from far, our remote government of Paulunia Prime is now finally established. It has met with some success in suppressing the proliferation of the pollen-bearing plant, as well as eroding the community's acceptance for using it. No small feat considering the act is as innocent as smelling a flower. I mean, I don't mind if they smell flowers, and even if they get a little high off it, but it's getting out of hand. Research alternatives, good. Let's get better shields. That seems like a good plan. We need to be able to defend ourselves. I can't just rely on friends here.
Intellectual booty.
Look at that in a second. Let's take a look at this. Oh. Disappeared on me before I could click on it. Rifle-handed. Mandate fulfilled, that's good. What do we want? More plasteel, maybe call guns. Let's get the better armor. Okay, abandoned terraforming equipment. Since our initial settlement on Eurydice Prime, several anomalies in the planet's biosphere have been discovered. The ecosystem is unstable and has not developed according to the project models for a world of this type. Our scientists suspect outside tampering, and these suspicions have now been confirmed. A few of our colonists have stumbled upon a large underground terraforming complex that was built thousands of years ago. The equipment was apparently deactivated in the middle of the terraforming process, leaving the planet's biosphere in its current unfinished state. If we supply enough power, it should be able to reactivate the machinery. There's no telling what the result will be, however. Who could have built this so we can resume the process or dismantle the equipment? Let's take a look. So resuming the process. Will cost us 2,000, or we could abandon it for 1,000 engineering. Let's resume the process. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't lose the colony. Not good. You're done there, so why don't you move down here? I'm going to have you move over here to grab that starbase. Perhaps I should move towards this tropical world. I'm a little leery of these colony ships that are sitting here. case they get ideas about coming through my territory because we're friends. Yeah, see, it's heading towards me, and I don't like that. Unless they have another planet here. Oh, they have other planets here, okay. Good to know. Let's have you move up. Because I want to get to this planet here. You're down there doing your thing. Star bases are almost done. Let's check on our systems. Sure, we can donate. Why not? Okay for jobs. You have one job left. I think that's good enough for now. You have no jobs left. You need a temple. And a city district. You have 3 jobs, you have 2 jobs, you have 3 jobs, you have 2 jobs. Looks like we're good. Close that up. And these are almost done.
We grow ever stronger. We grow ever stronger.
There we go. So let's go to our home world. Here. Well, it looks like I need to build a research station there, and I'll do that in a second. So our homeworld doesn't need to pick up any more trade. So let's build a second shipyard, because it's always nice to have more than one shipyard on a homeworld for upgrades and such. And let's build a trade hub, I guess. No. Let's build an anchorage here. And then over here, let's build... Let's build... I don't have the building I'm looking for, which is the academy. So I think I'll wait and keep this spot open for when I get the academy, which gives our ships automatic experience. So that 884. So let's take a look. This one is over here. Again, I don't need it for trade. What about you? No. You? Don't need for trade yet. You don't produce any trade. And neither do you. You're building your anchorages at the moment. So let's just build some anchorages at these stations. They don't cost that much money, and then allow us to build a bigger fleet. And I might want to consider building another shipyard somewhere. Meantime, I still don't nearly need any of these, so I'll leave them as is. Let's grab one of these. Who's close to where that is? You're way far away. You're not that far away, so why don't I build that? And then after you're done building that, why don't you come over here and build that? Slash construction ship. Let's build you. Really wish I had one of those other Yehud ones. Maybe I can find one by talking to the factions. So let's talk to the Shroud people. Here they are. Send a teacher. Don't think I need that at the moment. And our fate and give us insight. No, I don't need that. What about these guys? Mysteries of the universe? look at the enigmatic fortress, or we can just look at something we don't know. That doesn't seem all that useful. Got the think tank. We can get Elgite Insight, but I don't want to do that yet. And I don't think I can get anything from the Artisan Troop. Oh yeah, we can do the Art College. And this festival would give me an opinion boost, happiness, and pop growth speed. I think I'll leave that for now. But now that we have that upgrade, I can build the Artisans College on this system. Perfect. Slash and burn. Our remote governance of Palnia Prime continues to be somewhat awkward but effective arrangement. The council in charge has allegedly secured the loyalty of a faction of our armed forces on the planet. Apparently they prefer staying indoors to breathing the Maharankaran pollen. The remote government wishes to use these troops to mount an offensive on the flower, having them erect atmospheric purifiers and wiping the planet of all urban areas. Sounds good. That's Paulina. Let's check on the planet. Ah, good. We got rid of all the modifiers there. Our colony on Skandon Prime has encountered an odd situation. We have apparently settled on the back of a gargantuan amphibious reptile, whose bony shell is formed of various exotic materials. Most of what we thought were local islands have turned out to be these creatures. Our colonists have begun to refer to them as Nemans. They seem harmless enough. As long as we don't dig too deep into their shell, they should barely notice us. Okay, carry on. Lower housing, but we gain more society research. Very cool. That was here. Moving islands. Oh, video feed, incoming transition. Hello again! We are pleased to learn that our species has quadrupled the numbers since we arrived. Many of us were swept up in a festive mood, and when we made planetfall, and things got a bit frisky, to say the least. After a positive experience we had with colonizing Valdorak, a few brave pioneers asked me to petition you for passage to another gas giant. We have already located a promising candidate within your space. That would be suitable for colonization. What do you say, friends? As long as it's just another gas giant. Sure, we can do that. Marvelous. Reporting in the coordinates, our colonists are eager to get underway. Alright, let's do that. So situation. Let's take a look. Establish a new colony for them. We'll give it a marker. Where is that one? Is that here? Looks like it's here. Let's grab this ship, and we'll do the research project there. They seem friendly enough. Nope. A little further in the archaeological thing. Looks like we finished it. Trench War. More findings from the excavated sites on Hixar 2 have come in, and with them, a new theory of the origins of the trench network. Millennia ago, the planet was beset by an invading extraterrestrial organism, best described as a huge snail-like creature the size of a city. It roamed with impunity, scouring the surface, clean of all organic matter it touched. The trenches were dug out by the indigenous population of diminutive musculid-like humans in order to either escape the snail's onslaught or try to attack it as vulnerable vulnerability. By the extent of the excavation, this trench war must have gone on for generations, perhaps centuries. There is no indication the local population survived the crisis, nor are there any remains of the behemoth that devoured them. A grim fate indeed. So we gain combat training, Modern trench war modifier added, giving the following effects: defensive army health plus 20. Well, that's pretty good. So that's done. Alright. So that was this scientist. I don't have another one. That one's already being done. I don't have another one ready, but I'm getting close to here, so let's move over here so we're ready to go. It takes a while to travel. And the last one, who am I? So this is the Memorex. A scan of the habitat's logs reveal its control system was activated again on multiple occasions decades after the life support was disabled. Someone overrode security, entering a maintenance hatch and accessed the Memorex. A datapad and a tiny blue memory orb, a smaller version of the Memorex, lie discarded by the hatch. The datapad is filled with frenzied thoughts of someone on the brink of madness. Again and again, the same questions are repeated with growing despair. Who am I? What happened? The final entry reads, "Now that I know, I must forget one last time. Perhaps the orb will reveal what is forgotten." Interesting indeed. Alright, with that said, that takes us to the end of this episode. We'll get to discover about moving these new colony of these special incorporeal creatures that we found onto a new gas giant in the next episode. And we'll continue to expand as I try and build up more influence to do so. As you can see, we're making some progress here. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe if you have. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.